Now we can start our well, when I say diagrams, site analysis diagrams. There's a lot of information in here, really useful stuff. We know where the floodplain is. We kind of know where like the steepest portions of the site are. That's where the topography lines are closest together. Now I'm going to start to add some program features, and I'm going to pull this up because we're going to do program diagrams. And this is the first step in really taking the site analysis from just an analysis to something that's a little bit more of a design. So now you're starting to put your stamp on the site. So one thing that's really important to note here, we went up in scale. We went from 1 inch equals 400 to 1 inch equals 120 with this version. So I know that I'm going to divide everything by 120, and I'll kind of talk you through it as I go. But I want to do a couple of basketball courts. So I'm just going to use this rectangle tool and I'm going to drag and drop and, put this wherever. And I want those to be green. So I'm going to turn them inside out and we'll just keep them green for a second. I think we made them blue or orange in class. So let me do that. Blue. Bears blue, right? Go Bears. And okay. So you can see as I'm dragging this around that the size is changing. I know that a basketball court is, wait, I think it's 54 by 90. Let me just double check that. And I just Googled it, 94 by 50. So 94 by 50. We could roughly estimate it. We know it's 120. 100 is pretty close to that. So I could divide it by 100, but let me just be accurate here and we can divide it by 120. So 94 divided by 120 is 0.7. I'm going to go up here to this transform and we're going to do height is going to be 0.7833 because that's 94 divided by 100. And then I've got this constraint with and proportions unchecked because if I had that checked, it would change the width and the height together. So the width is 54 feet, and I'm going to divide that by 120 because it's the scale. So I'm going 0.45 there. So now I have a basketball court, roughly the shape and size that I need. I want a couple of those. And I don't want them within the floodplain. Like I want this to be a spot where people come and play. So I'm gonna cut and copy. I'm gonna do 4 of them. So I just copied this 4 times. I just did Control C and Control V. But I want them to be spaced the like kind of at the same spacing, and I want them to be the same height. So I'm gonna I could do this. You can start to see how this like my snaps will like let me do that. And like I can get them close, like within reason, but it's kind of still kind of janky. It's not perfect. So I'm gonna select all of them. I can either drag and drop across, or I can just select them one by one by holding shift. And then I'm going to use this alignment tools at the top, and I want them all to align towards the top. And then I want them all to be spaced evenly. And there you have it. I'm going to make them into a group. I'm holding shift and selecting them, and then I'm going to right click and hit group. And then I want to add the label basketball in here. So I'm going to double click, and then I'm going to use my text tool over here. I'm going to drag and drop, and mine automatically comes up with fill text, and I'm just going to hit basket. So now I have basketball courts. This doesn't read great. The sort of like blue on black is hard to read for me. So I'm going to I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to switch this. You see how it got thick? It became an outline. I want it to be kind of a lighter color. So I'm just going to go in here and then I'm going to hit paste in place because I copied it. And now it's easier to read, but I want it to kind of be like Morgan State colors. So I'm going to get it to an orange that I like. There we go. Um, I want the outline to be a little bit thicker. So I'm going to drag it. That's going to drag both of them. And then, or pardon me, select both of them. I'm going to hit shift. And now that took the top layer off. So I'm in this like outline layer and I can tell that because it's like, it shows me what color it is. And I'm going to increase the stroke. And then I kind of want it just to be that outline. There we go. That's starting to look good to me. So now we've got basketball courts. And if I decide that I want to move them, they're going to just move together. I'm going to do a couple more. I'm going to do some like rain gardens down here. I'm going to just click this. We'll do, kind of a shape down here. You can see it's just that. I am only So I just clicked and dragged around, but it's not very visible. And that's because it just made it in the same color that I was using the last time. So I'm going to do it in this color. I want it to just appear to be more of like that color. It's not quite in the right spot, so I'm just going to move it. And I'm going to do text on this and just make this is going to be like rain garden. And it's pretty visible. I think I prefer the lighter text. So I'm gonna double click this and I can either use my eyedropper tool and get it the exact same color, but right now I'm not that concerned with exact everything like colors. We're just doing diagrams here. So I'm holding click. I selected both of them. I'm going to group this. So now I've got a group there. And I'll continue with programming. I might want to add a few paths in here. Maybe I want to make them similar to the floodplain, but we'll continue that. And then I will show you how to get this into SketchUp.